Hey, Doug Upstone here for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily, and we have more free picks coming your way today. Got a little bit of different variety. We got 3 in baseball and 1 in the WNBA. Yes, our first free pick in the WNBA. We've been doing extremely well. 148 and 103, almost 59%, over 250 some picks. So we'll take that all day long. And hey, if you'd like to get more information and more winning picks, go to VegasProInsidersDaily.com and you can either pick up for just $39.99 a month all of my selections along with all my super systems, angles, trends, and all kinds of information I provide, or you can get the full gamut from all the guys, Tony George, Kyle Hunter, Sean Higgs, Jim Mack, and myself, and all that same information for just $99 a month. Best deal in sports betting no matter what, and all of these picks are documented, so there's nothing phony, anything like that going around. You can trust what you're going to purchase, and you know it's going to win. So hey, let's get to the free picks. Now, the first game we got is the Washington Nationals at the New York Mets. Now, it looked like the NL East was going to be over by Independence Day, right? I mean, Washington had blown out, okay, the Mets and everybody else, they just stunk. But now, Washington's lost 6 out of their last 8, and the Mets have gone 6-2. So that kind of crept back. I mean, they're not there yet, but they've at least made it to where it's a little bit more interesting. And this weekend, this is a great opportunity for the Mets to make some headway into this situation, especially against the Washington pitching and the bullpen. Oh, the bullpen from Washington. Oh, my goodness. They are horrible. Anyways, so what we have today, the Washington, though, it was actually started out as a favorite, a small favorite, but now, excuse me, as an underdog, excuse me, and they've been flipped to a -115 or so favorite. Looking at this game, you got Gio Gonzalez against Robert Gelsman. Both pitchers have been pitching fairly well of late, particularly their last 3 starts, so not a lot there. But the one thing I do like is the fact that Gonzalez and Washington are 14-7 the last several years against the Mets. I think Washington's the play here to get it done. Next game, we're looking at San Francisco at Colorado. Now here, you know, we got first place Colorado against last place San Francisco. Who saw that coming, right? Okay, I mean, everybody expected Rockies to be a little bit better, but the Giants in last place below the Padres? Seriously? Well, this is what's happened, and part of the reason that's happened is that the Rockies have gone 6-1 against San Francisco so far, and now they're going to play a big 4-game series, and they can expand on that. Now, Colorado has gone from a -145 to -165 favorite, and they are going to start Jeff Huffman, who's done a really nice job filling in for Tyler Anderson, who's on the DL. Now, San Francisco is going to counter with Matt Moore, who I saw in spring training twice, and he was terrible, and that has carried over into the regular season where he has an ERA, I think, of 5.38 or right around in there. And against the Rockies, he is flat out terrible. His ERA is, I think, almost 8. I think it's 7.92 comes to mind. And at Coors Field, I think he's pitched there 3 times. He has an ERA over 12, a dozen. Okay, a dozen earned runs. Terrible. So let's look at this. The Rockies are 12-3 coming off a game in which they only gave up 1 run. -165 is pretty heavy chalk there, but I think that's the only way to play this game. There's nothing certainly to like about San Francisco. Now, our last baseball game is the total on Tampa Bay and Detroit. Now, Justin Verlander, starting to look like he's 34 years old. Okay, not as many strikeouts, walks are up, control is a bit of a problem. He did this last year and he turned it around. You're older. I'm not sure he can do it again. And then we also have Alex Cobb. Yeah, Alex Cobb pitching for Tampa Bay, and he has an ERA over 6 in his last 3 starts. So it's not too hard to figure that the total could go from 9 to 9.5, which it has. Now, the only little caveat that I wonder about this, if you look at how the 2 pitchers pitch against the opposing teams, both of them have solid ERAs, under 3.5, I think, or under 3.25. But digging a little deeper, Tampa Bay is, I think, 21-6 over if they've played 2 consecutive overs, and the Tigers, if they have been swept in a 3-game series by the opponent they're playing, and in the first game, and it's in the same season, by the way, and then they play them later that year, in the first game, they're 14-3 over. I like the 9.5 to go over the number. So let's talk a little WNBA action. We got San Antonio at Los Angeles, which is the late game of the two. Now, the total on this one has gone from 165 to 161.5. And the reason that it has, in spite of the fact that both teams are on 3 overs apiece, is that in San Antonio's last 5 games against the Sparks, they have averaged 60 points per game. Dreadful. So with that, okay, there's been 5 consecutive overs in this series. I don't see any reason to think that that's gonna change going in this. San Antonio's 0-9 this season. Yeah, they're 5-4 over for the year, but they're a rotten team. They cover some spreads, but they're getting big numbers. I definitely like the under again in this situation. So hey, Doug Upstone, Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. Check it out every single day. There's your 4 free picks for today. Hope they're all winners, and you can get even more winners by becoming a Vegas Pro Insiders Daily Inner Circle member or just a regular membership, whichever you choose. So hey, right now, Thursday, I'm out.